Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm here today with my weekly wax melt empties. Why do I always turn the camera on before I organize these? I don't understand why I do that, but this will just be our little time to catch up because apparently I'm gonna do this every week. So what is going on? Oh, the Rose Girls restock is in 1 minute. So glad I just asked myself that question. All right. Hold please. I'm such a mess. I just rushed to do the Rose Girls restock. I got 4 things and all of them were single cents. There was no need for me to rush the way that I did. And because I was rushing, I accidentally did the wrong shipping address. So that's incredible. So I'm waiting to see how to fix that. But sadly, I've done that before and it's been fixable. So I'm just gonna pretend that it's fine right now and just get back to filming this video. But anyway, as I was saying, when I was talking about things going on, I was gonna mention the Rose Girls ready to ship and then I realized it was happening. And then I messed up my order. Weird. What else is happening? I don't think anything else is happening this week. I have a Sweet Tooth Scents haul to film and I have a huge collective fantasy wax melts haul of like a bunch of orders put together to film. But other than that, I don't think any like sales or anything is going on after all the hubbub. Let's talk about some empties. So I feel like I have fewer this week than I normally do, and I was wondering if maybe I should wait until I had more, but I really want this to kind of be a pretty accurate representation of what I'm melting in a week, even if I don't have a lot of empties, because a lot of the times I'm working on things and melting things that I have bigger quantities of, so it's going to take me a little longer to finish. So not every week is going to be a huge empties week, and that's fine. Let me make sure this isn't Rose Girls. Email me or PM me. Okay, I'm gonna PM her. All right, let's talk about some empties. So let me do, what am I gonna do first? Let me do my fantasy wax first. So I finished up this snap bar of yellow cake, white cake, strawberry pound cake. This was absolutely delicious. The combination of the white cake and the strawberry pound cake made it smell like the scent oil strawberry white cake, which is one of my favorite scents ever. And adding that yellow cake, which has such a distinctive yellow cake batter scent, it was just super, super sweet cake, strawberry bakery. I really enjoyed this. And then I also finished this snap bar in brown sugar shaken espresso. So the scent notes on this one are dark roast, brown sugar, and cinnamon rolls. And I really like espresso scents, like specifically the espresso oil. And I thought, this was my bad because I didn't look at the scent notes, but when I bought this, I thought that it was gonna be espresso. Dark roast, I don't know like all that much about, but for me, I didn't get the coffee note out of this. This to me mainly smelled like brown sugar and cinnamon rolls. I don't really know why I wasn't able to pick up that dark roast. I don't know, for some reason the combinations of scents just made it kind of hard for me to point out exactly what I was smelling. Like it didn't really smell like a coffee scent, but it also didn't really smell like a bakery. It kind of just smelled like sugar and cinnamon. So yeah, not my favorite, but you know, just more so like my preference. It still performed. This was Big Wing Energy. This is Palo Santo Toasted Mallow Sugar Cookie Royale. This, a lot of vendors will do this bakery blend. It's called Today's October 3rd in the L3 world. Fantasy Wax's blend of these scents were actually the first ones I ever smelled before Today is October 3rd. So while I feel like that is the original, for me, this one is the original because I didn't even know about Today is October 3rd when I first smelled this. And it's different than Today's October 3rd. Obviously, every vendor has different oils, but I really just love this bakery blend in general. I love it from any vendor. This one, I would say, is definitely more Palo Santo and Sugar Cookie Royale heavy. Like, it's more so heavy on the smoke rather than the bakery, but I mean, you do smell all the notes and I really, really love it. And then last fantasy wax was Rabbit, which is yellow cake, banana cream pie, and mallow fluff. Yellow cake and banana are so good together because they almost kind of have like a complementary kind of energy when you melt them. And so when you melt them together, they just blend so seamlessly and they blend into something kind of unique in like where it becomes its own thing and it's not just banana cream pie and yellow cake. Like it kind of blends into its own like delicious banana cake scent. And then Mallow Fluff just adds like that additional super marshmallowy, light, fluffy sweetness. This was super, super good banana bakery. I melted it in alternating warmers with a coffee scent and it did fantastic. I loved that. I have one random bar from, what was this called? Bewitching Wax Co., which I don't know where Bewitching Wax went because I really liked Bewitching Wax. This was one of the last things that I have left, but she, like, I guess totally, like, dipped out on her store, like, got a bunch of orders, didn't fulfill them, and then just shut off her Etsy, which is wild because I love, her wax was great, and the customer service that I had was fantastic. She uses coconut wax, which is interesting. I don't smell a difference. For me, it performs the same. It performs well. Her wax performed really well. This one was rich cocoa butter, warm spices, and creamy vanilla. I think that this was just her cocoa butter cashmere because to me this really just smelled like the cocoa butter cashmere oil, which is definitely a body care sweet kind of ambery cashmere, but cocoa butter, you know, it kind of has that cocoa smell, but it's not chocolatey. It's like the cocoa butter lotion. This cocoa butter cashmere was definitely a very like soapy one, as some of them are, some of them were less, but it was really strong. I liked it. I'm sad about Bewitching Wax not really being around anymore. I have a bunch of other random one-offs. So this was that Smell Good shop. It was Boom Boom, Brown Sugar Pound Cake, and Wildberry Thumbprint, which is their Wildberry Preserved Cookies. This was absolutely amazing. This was Boom Boom, but with a hint of fruit and bakery. And Boom Boom is already pistachio, caramel, jasmine, and sandalwood. Yeah, it says that on here. So it already is very sweet, but when you add a bakery to it, it just becomes like so rich and delectable. And I felt like the Wildberry Preserved Cookies really did a lot here. I love any type of berry mixed with Boom Boom. It just becomes like a really delicious, like rich, sweet, fruity body care scent. And that Smell Good shop is probably one of the best performers out of any vendor. Really, really like that. I also finished this Teddy B's Cozy Cookie Cake, which is warm iced white cake, beach treats, marshmallow fireside, and signature sugar cookie. I really, really enjoyed this. I absolutely loved the bakery in it. The Teddy B's Beach Treats oil has a very perfumey finish to me. So sometimes her beach treats can be a little too much, like a little too harsh on my nose. The bakery definitely mellowed this out a lot and came through, and it was more of a bakery scent. But I noticed that at the very end of melting it, like the last hour or so, it pretty much, like, the bakery died down and it was mainly beach treats, and at that point I'd have to take it out because it was just too like perfumey beach treats. But I really, really loved it. Like the first few hours of melting that, getting that bakery with it was really good. And then one little mini sample thing from Rose Girls. This was Waves, which was ocean air, sun, sand, Himalayan salt, and driftwood. This is, I feel like all those notes are so earthy, but this was such a cologne-y scent to me. It smelled like a masculine, like aquatic cologne. And there is this Yankee Candle that it reminds me of so much that my dad used to melt when I was a kid. And I'm trying to figure out which one it was, and I feel like I can see it, but I can't remember the name. Teal Yankee Candle, early 2000s. This is what I have to do to search them. I think it was either this, I think it was this Warm Waves Yankee Candle from the early 2000s. I think that's the one. It smells exactly like that. It was like a hardcore scent memory for me, but it was very, very cologne-y. It was a little too cologne-y for my taste personally, but if you want something just strong and long lasting, this probably would have thrown hardcore for like 3 days if I kept it in. So That's that one. I have one snack bar from Black Magic Melts. This is Stitch's Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel. I found this when I was looking through wax that I wanted to put in the round robin box, and I had forgotten that I had this, and I had tried a couple other things from Black Magic Melts and they didn't really work for me, and I had 3 pieces left of the snap bar, so I was like, you know what, let me just try again. And it just, I don't know, I didn't get a throw, and I really didn't even get anything on cold. I don't know if it's just my nose or my house, but Black Magic Melts just personally like hasn't worked for me from what I have tried. For some reason though, I've just had like kind of bad luck. I have 2 clamshells here from Westbury Candle Company. This one was Volcano Bay, which was exotic fruit and driftwood. The exotic fruit was definitely a citrus scent, but it wasn't like a bright, juicy, in-your-face citrus. It almost smelled like orange peel, which I actually really liked. Like, it was a much more subdued fruit. It really did. It smelled like orange peel, now that I think about it. And the driftwood just gave it this like nice earthiness. I really liked this one. It was very long lasting. I get fantastic performance from Westbury Candle Company, but this was nice as far as like the fruit earthy scents go, because like I said, it didn't have that like juicy fruit, which I don't love. I like that more like subdued, like toned down, like the orange peel vibe was really nice. And then similarly, this one's aspen, pine, and red berries. Dead is better. I loved this one because it had this quality of like actual fresh air, and I don't know if that's the aspen note, but whatever it was, it was able to simulate the smell of actual fresh air. Like some wax, you melt it and it smells good, but it smells like wax. This like brought the outdoors inside. It was crazy. And the pine was really, really great, not super overwhelming. Same with the red berries, just a nice like hint in the background, but it was mainly just like really nice like fresh air scent with some pine and berry note in the background. I really love this. I would get this one again. And then from L3, I finished 3 samples. This one was lavender, rosewater ivy, and pink chiffon. This one was really, really nice. I would never normally pick up a rose scent, but this rosewater and ivy oil was a really nice rose. It didn't have that like tea rose, like hardcore body care tea rose type of scent. It was just a very light rose in the background, more of that like water and ivy kind of earthiness with the herbal lavender. And then pink chiffon is like a feminine perfume note, and they just worked really, really well together. It was a nice, gentle, kind of spa-like scent. This one was maraschino cherry and sugar cookie royale. I really liked the way that this one smelled on cold, even though I'd never tried maraschino cherry before because I don't like it in real life, so I really didn't think that I would try it in wax, but obviously I got the sample, so I'm gonna try it. And on cold, I liked it, so I had hope, but when I warmed this, it smelled like rotten or a little sour. Like it almost smelled like if you were melting a maraschino cherry that had turned bad, if that makes sense. I don't know what happened, but I just don't think I have the nose for cherry personally. That was that. It was good to try it just to know now that it's not for me. And then this sample was pistachio with Give Me All the Carbs. Give Me All the Carbs is like bread, cake, cookie, and pretzel notes, I believe. And then the pistachio is just like the straight pistachio oil. L3's pistachio oil, just plain pistachio, is so good. I love it. This was delicious. This was a great pistachio bakery. I liked it because a lot of the pistachio bakery that I personally have in my collection is either pistachio with vanilla butter fudge or like a pistachio with pistachio pudding cake, and this just gave me like different vibes because it was very much like bread, like pretzel, more of that like dry type of carb with the pistachio, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. And then last empty that I have for this week is, it was American Cream Type, Twilight Woods, and Egyptian Cotton. American Cream Type is a Lush type, and Twilight Woods is Bath & Body Works, but I can't remember what the notes are on them, and I'm gonna look them up, but honestly, the reason why I can't remember the notes is because this really mainly just smelled like the Egyptian cotton to me, which is just like a super, super fresh, clean cotton scent, but I want to know what these other notes are. What is American Cream from Lush supposed to smell like? Oh, strawberry and vanilla. I don't think I knew that. Interesting. I definitely didn't get that. And then what is Twilight Woods? Twilight Woods is wild berries, coconut, and mandarin orange. Huh. Okay, would not have guessed that based on what this smelled like, because I think that the Egyptian cotton was such a clean, fresh, strong oil that it just took over the blend. But I like to have like a nice, fresh cotton laundry scent that isn't detergent sometimes. So this was nice. It lasted me like quite a long time. Like I melted it over the course of probably a year of when I just sometimes feel like that scent. But that is all for my empties this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I have a couple hauls coming up. Subscribe if you like wax videos, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.